Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. And, well, if you are watching this on the day it comes out, then I am currently at PAX 2017, having the time of my life, hopefully. But, if you're watching it later, then I'm not there anymore because I don't sleep there. And that would be ridiculous. There we go. All right, let's go look around. I've made a couple of small changes, not a lot. I put sensors in most of the doors here, and they work great. They work exactly as they do on the MBT, which also works great. And I've extended some of the tunnels out, not all the way, but here and there. I've got one of these doors, all 4 directions are set up in the same way, and then couple of the ones down below, but I've got one that doesn't work quite right. This one right here, I'm not exactly sure why. It works fine this direction, but when I come back the other way, wait, yeah, see, okay, so for some reason, I think it has to do with the tilt. It triggers here. How is it triggering here? And trust me, I've checked. It is not this. The detection area is inside the airlock. It's not where my feet are right now. So, anyway, it's not that big a deal. And then it does that for some reason. Anyway, let's go take a look at our status here. And we're going to find that it is working really hard to chew away at what we've got. We've got 1.6 million cobalt, and cobalt is one of the slowest processing things ever. Not to mention the 14 million iron and piles and piles of nickel and all kinds of things. They're all trying to process very, very slowly, and they're using the refineries that are here on the base, meaning the 6 up there, and the MBT's, I think, 2, so that's 8. Let's see. Plus the MBT, oh, no, the MBT has 4. And, well, anyway, doesn't matter. I need to add more refineries. But in order to add more refineries, we need to add more space. I've done a little bit of work on that. So you can see that I've kind of added out here, removed a little bit more iron and added some more platform. And I've done the same thing on the other side, but I want to actually put in more refineries, and that means clearing out more space. So if I start dropping refineries, and my plan, let's see, my plan is to leave 1 blank space every 3 refineries just so that I can walk around. And let's turn T off because I hate it. As you can see, we still need room for 1 more here, and we need to be able to actually pipe these together, which is not going to work. So I started working with the beams and trying to aim them and fire them, and it became somewhat, well, inconsistent, I think, to say the least. So then I was thinking about using a different method. This is the setup I've got. So these are for the 2 pistons up there to raise and lower, and then these over here are for the rotors. And I can sit here and do increase and decrease velocity and safety lock. Oops, let's decrease velocity a little bit. And then I can kind of turn it off by decreasing it to 0, and that works okay, but then it's not very accurate. So I was remembering that there's this other technique. So there's a technique for making a custom turret system, and I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to get rid of one of the beam drills, because I don't really want it firing backward while I'm firing forward. And once we put in this turret system, that's exactly what's going to be going on. So we'll go ahead and do this. When this is on a rotor, as long as the safety lock isn't turned on, it will rotate with any force. Like this is too heavy for me to push, but if I were to put, if I were to build a ship and come over here and push on this, it would rotate. And there's ways to induce rotation without using the rotor at all. Specifically, a gyroscope. We can just slap a gyroscope on there. And that gyroscope, we could either use the override, or we can control it with, let's say, a remote control block. So I can stick a remote control block on here as well. We'll put it like that. I need interior plate, apparently. Well, fine. Easy inventory, do your job. Thank you. We'll just go ahead and do that. So then I'm gonna need to be able to see as well. So let's get ourselves a camera. And I can't mount this to anything. I can mount this to the corner, but not to anywhere else. I think that'll be fine though, mounting it to the corner like that. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that should be fine. And then that, as long as this safety lock is off, I should be able to remote control this guy from anywhere, actually. There should be, so this should be the turret beam drill remote control. And let's go find that camera. So it's got to be that one. Beam drill camera. Beam drill remote control. And then we can set up a default camera. Let's see, assigned camera to beam drill camera. There we go. And we don't want to do any of this other stuff. So we just want to hit the control button. And there we go. Whoa, okay. The gyroscope is way too powerful. So we're going to decrease the power as much as we possibly can. So this gyroscope here would probably be the one. So we'll just call this beam drill gyroscope. And power. We're going to go down to like 1%. See if that'll do the trick. Okay. Also, I believe that this rotor, advanced rotor, rename this one as well. Beam drill advanced rotor is probably, no, the safety lock is not on. Let's set the torque to 0. Look at that. A nice smooth rotation. Beauty. Okay, so now we're going to set up a few things here. So the beam drill rotor, I want to be able to set the safety lock by hand. So if I lock this, now I can't rotate it. So we're going to get an absolutely straight shot. The other thing I need to be able to turn on and off the beam drill. Boy, I think that's all I really need at this point. Oh, no. We actually need to also be able to raise and lower the pistons. So let's do this. Piston, extend, retract. And then this one, safety lock, retract, extend. So I think, yeah, so this is keeping us locked so that we can't really, it's not shaking up and down anymore. But if I need to move up and down, I can unlock one of these and then lock it again. And 4 and 5 are set to extend and retract. 4 being up, 5 being down. So if I hit 5 and then unlock, so it'll move down. 4, unlock. And that should be good right there. So let's fire this puppy. Let's see, we can still rotate, yep. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Beauty. There we go. Turn that off. And then now I can turn around. And this is the other direction. But one of the things the beam drill does is it only targets, or it only removes rock where it can target the center. So it's not removing this rock right here because it can't see the center. Oh, it grabbed a little piece and was able to get rid of that whole area. That's good. So we'll go ahead and do this. And we're actually breaking into that tunnel that's running over there. We'll take a look at that in a second. But I want to actually move down. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, and apparently we are at our maximum extent, or minimum extent for that one. So we'll go ahead and lock that again. And then I'm going to go down with this one. Now, did I get that backward? I guess I did. Okay, fine. And we'll lock right here. Unfortunately, I can't see everywhere I'm firing because there's things in the way, but I can at least get a general idea. Let's get the other side. I'm having to turn very slowly and carefully. Ooh, I think we need more light, too. Yeah, not being able to see is not a great thing. Well, I'll get a general idea. Okay. So I'll go ahead and lock this rotor. And now I can't move at all, so let's hop out and go see how we did. Oh, what a mess. Well, we gave ourselves more space, but it's not exactly the smoothest. That's okay. That's why I brought one of these too. There we go. Let's go check the other side. I think the other side's going to be... Oh, a little floaty. Hello. Goodbye. Okay, that's 6 more refineries, 3 on each side, fully upgraded. Now the only thing left is to add them to the TIM group. Let's do this. Refineries. I haven't been using a group, have I? I have not been using a group. Okay. Nah, we'll do it by hand. I don't want to. No, we'll do it by hand. I mean, we'll do it by group. Okay, I'm just going to select all of these guys. That. And all of them. Thank you. And we're going to call this Asteroid Refineries TIM Auto. Save. Alright, so now we don't actually have to manage, we don't actually have to go in and rename any of these. And if I want, I can even go through and remove the tag from those. Like this guy right here, I can say, hey, he's Refinery 6. That's all he is. Nothing else. And he'll still act as though TIM is, well, not as though, he will still be managed by TIM. So let's see if we can get this one to work. You know what? I think I might just... Aha! See, if you run, it works fine. Alright, let's see how many TIM is managing. TIM is not doing anything with these. Why is TIM not doing anything with these? Did I do something wrong? I can't access those. What did I do wrong? That's red. Why is that red? That shouldn't be red. Let's see the other side. That one's green. Why is this one red? Oh my gosh, really? Okay, apparently brain was not doing a thing. Because, yeah, that's not a thing. That's not how tubes work. This is how tubes work. There we go. Hey, look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to continue to add more off camera. You guys don't want to watch me repeat the exact same thing. Uh-oh. There's not enough room for all of the ingots and ore that we have. So we need to also add in some more cargo containers. Ooh, and I just had a cool idea. Beam drill remote control. And let's see, let's turn off the safety lock. Rotate this puppy around. There we go. And then we'll... Oh. That's right. If you want to leave the camera without leaving the remote control, you can hit F6. Okay. So now, yeah, now I can stand here and it's easier to see. And I should be able to even rotate it. Nice. Let's just go ahead and do the rest by hand. Alright, so I think that should hold us off for a while. That should do it. What do you think? All we got to do now is set them up to store things. Tim or... There we go. That's all it takes. Just like that. And we'll do this one as Tim ingot. And... Oh, I don't know. Tim ore. That should do the trick. So now this will hold, you know, percentage-wise, a portion of our ore. It's still a lot. Okay, well, let's split it up even more then. Tim ore. So much noise going on in my house. I hope you can't hear any of that. I've got construction going on. I've got a dog barking. And I try to set my microphone so that you guys can't hear those things, but you're probably still hearing something if you're wearing headphones. You might be hearing some pounding in the background or something like that. But anyway, back to what we were doing. We've got a lot more storage now. That's good news. Because I have a feeling we're going to be getting a lot more iron. I don't know why that is. Yeah, okay. I think we're in good shape. All right, so the next thing I want to do... By the way, I did change the label here. Why is it still rotating? Because it... See, I doubled the rotation speed. I think that might not have been the best idea. See, I set it to run at... Oh, braking torque. Braking strength of rotor, how fast it will stop. There we go. I want it to stop instantly. Let's try this again. So I found it wasn't rotating fast enough for my taste. So now it should... There we go. Much better. Much better. All right. So I'm going to set up on the other side here. I want to set up this one to be automatic LCDs. And then automatic LCDs likes to run... automatic LCDs 2, I should be specific about that, likes to run constantly. So let's take timer block 3, I believe is the one above this. I think that's going to get annoying. I'm going to set that to silent, because the beeping gets annoying. All right, so now we should be able to set up this text panel like this. And then let's put in some custom data. And I think automatic LCDs has its own status panel. I'm going to double check. Okay, so there aren't actually any specifically status commands like the Tim script has, but I did discover something else that could be a potential problem. So let's go take a look and see if this is going to be a problem. We're going to throw a screen in right here. Let's put it over here. And we're going to set this up to show the oxygen status of tanks and vents and that kind of thing. And that's luckily a pretty quick and easy thing with automatic LCDs. We can simply do LCD, custom data, oxygen. And that's going to give us a certain amount, or that's going to give us some basic information. Aha, but it's not actually doing that. Now, if I run over here, and I put it on this one, custom data, oxygen, okay. Give that a second to update. And you can see it's showing a whole bunch of vents and just tons of stuff, actually. No oxygen farms, but oxygen tanks and that kind of thing. But that one's still not doing anything. And there's a reason for that. And we're going to have to fix that. So if we go in and edit the script, you can see that it says the LCD tag can be changed. And I just found in the guide, here it is, by default, let's see, use this tag to use this tag to identify LCDs managed by this script. Name filtering rules can be used here, so you can use even a group or, and the T means only this grid. So this is by group and this is by grid. And by default, it's only updating the local grid worth of LCDs. So we're going to actually remove that. Check code. Okay. And remember an exit. There we go. And now after, yeah, you can already see that it's booting up over there as well. And we should get our oxygen status over here. Excellent. Let's go ahead and throw in another custom data thing here. And I want to do tanks star oxygen, I believe should tell us the exact same information we already have. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do invlist T:* ice. I think that'll do what I want. Should tell us how much ice we have. Unknown command. Oh, invlist. Don't put an S in there. According to this, we have 0 ice. I don't think that's true. Ah, T:* is not going to work anymore. Not in this case, because what it's doing is it's listing, so I could put that over here if I wanted to. It's going to list all the ice. If I do just the current grid, it's going to list all the ice that's on this grid right here, which obviously is indeed 0. So we're not going to be able to use the current grid functionality. Oops, not that one. Of automatic LCDs for this base. Go. Now we should see some bigger numbers. There we go. 23 million. Perfect. All right. So now we have a functioning automatic LCDs, and we'll use that here and there. I've got a few ideas for where I want to use that.
So there's a unknown signal down on the planet somewhere. Just thought I'd let you know. Oh, that's right. I disabled the sensor on this thing. Tep alert. And planet side. I don't need my helmet on. Wait a minute. Why does it say it's up? That was weird. Okay. It's over there somewhere. I ran across one of these not too long ago that actually tried to run away from me. A glamour welder. Really? A glamour welder? By the way, I should show you one little change I made down here. I didn't want all this stuff affecting... some things are still turned on, but for the most part, everything's turned off. And I've just got some solar panels providing just enough power to, like, you know, power the connector up at Almost Station. And that's basically it. But, of course, I need more power than that to use the teleporter. Well, remember that sensor that was not really working well because we would teleport into a teleporter and then it would just teleport us right back out again, so I disabled all the sensors. I actually turned this one back on, and now that reactor over there turns on when you step in here, and then you can use it to teleport, and then as soon as you leave, this thing turns back off again. Cool, huh? So it's not wasting uranium and CPU cycles and stuff. So I was adding on to this, to the refineries. I added another set of 6. So we now have 18 refineries in this section, all fully upgraded. 9 in each direction in banks of 3. Which is probably a good thing because we're going to be bringing in a lot more ore in the near future. But I was looking at this and I was thinking, okay, where are we headed next? What's the next thing I'm going to be working on? And I was looking at this big open area that we've got up here, and I was thinking this would be a fantastic, like, docking area. Like, the MBT, I'm hoping, would be able to fit into this big chamber. And if we're gonna do that, then I kind of need to start prepping for that here. And luckily... my design involves removing this door because that thing annoys me. What I want to do is extend the hallway the same way that we've got it down below. Oh, that's great. Now we're going to fall into the doorway here. Okay, fine. The way the doorway is right now... Sorry, not the way the doorway is. The way the hallway is right now, it kind of stops the control room. I really apologize for some of the disorienting... things that this causes. I hope it's not too hard to follow where I am in the base when I do these wall walking things. But anyway, let's continue on. I'm thinking what I want to do is I want the hallway to indeed terminate at the control center here, but I want to have it continue on this direction as well. I'm going to kind of just do this just to get a feel for where that is. Yeah, so that'll be the floor of our landing bay. And then if it's big enough, and I probably want to do some measurements, if it's big enough, I'm hoping not to step off the edge when I'm not using gravity. Okay. I'm hoping that I can fly the MBT into here and dock it in some way so that I can actually walk all the way from the far end of the base through through this area and into the MBT without ever leaving an oxygen environment. That's the plan. Ha! Perfect. Okay, so we're not going to be working on that floor until at most next episode. So I'm just going to seal this off. And I think that when those are finished off here, we should end up with an oxygenated environment. If I did everything right. Yellow. No green. Yay. That's right. Haha. Okay, now I'm going to release all that oxygen again. I just wanted to make sure, you know. All right, sweet beans. I know, I just said that, and I apologize. That was just weird. That I think is some good progress for this episode. See, even I get confused sometimes. Can't figure out which way is up. All right. Well, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it, make sure and hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, I'll see you next time on Epic Tech. Do you like the little snap thing? Like that. Snaps. It's going to be my new thing. Snaps. No? Okay. Never mind.